Hey, it's Jaden.
And Melissa.
And Christy.
We're
the co-founders of Launchers Academy.
And we help dropshippers become successful by providing the most relevant e-commerce strategies.
You're tuning into the Launchers Academy podcast experience,
where you will learn all the ins and outs of how to build your very own successful dropshipping store.
So kick back, take lots of notes, and let's make money this year. Welcome back to another episode of the Launchers Academy podcast experience. Today, we're talking about what's actually super important for us as three co-founders of a dropshipping academy and also running our own dropshipping stores is really how to stay motivated, because it can get super demotivating, sometimes even depressing because you don't see the results. But being able to really understand that it's about waking up every single day and doing the same thing over and over, but a little bit better to really achieve your results. But what's even more important is how do you keep staying sane? How do you keep staying motivated? How do you stay positive in order for you to get to that stage? Because if you don't give up, you will get there. Because most, if not all the time, 9% of people will give up way too soon before they see that 10% of success that's right around the corner. So let us help you really kind of go over a couple of things that we've done to really stay motivated so we can see that success, so we don't just give up so early when we know that all the hard work we put in will be paid off. So Melissa, when you were doing this, as we were doing it together, what would be like one or two techniques or things that you did mentally or physically that allowed you to stay motivated until we saw success?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is having a routine. So, I'm an accountant by trade, so I like structure and having routines and knowing exactly, what I'm going to do in a certain day of the week and every single day of the week. So for me, it was really having a set schedule of when I would be putting in the hours of working on our e-commerce and dropshipping store and exactly what I would be doing those times. So how I really separated it was I would have, Monday to Friday, I would be working from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. because I have a corporate job. So starting at 9:30, I generally start actually, working my corporate job. So from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., it's what am I going to do during these 3 hours of very deep and thoughtful work that I can work on in order to move our business forward. And the way that we really worked at it, because there were three of us, we had different areas of expertise that we generally focused on for each of ourselves, but everything that we were doing was moving our dropshipping business forward in the right direction. So for me, having that set routine, knowing exactly what I was doing, and then consistently doing it every single day, because now after the first 2 weeks, it becomes a habit, then that's where even when there are days where I wouldn't feel like doing it, I would just automatically get up and do it because it's just part of routine and it's become a habit.
I love that. So because you're a CPA, it was more, structure and organization for you, which is completely the opposite for me. I'm more of the chaotic person, but, that's super important to bring up. Is really the structure and the organization. Being super organized is really going to go a long way, not only for the business, but for yourself mentally and spiritually, is because if you feel like you're always running in multiple different directions, that's really where you're going to drag yourself down. So being able to really outline, because most of you guys are getting to dropshipping, you guys are probably going to have a job, right? And dropshipping is not going to be a main source of income because you're not making any money right off the bat. So being able to really balance and, structuring out a specific hour of the day or how many hours you want to put in every single day or every single week is going to be super important, because it's going to keep you accountable, but also it doesn't keep you demotivated because you're not so flustered by trying to pretty much be in the whirlwind of trying to juggle your outside of activities, because dropshipping is not your only thing you're doing as you're trying to get started. It's about your main job, also your personal life as well. So being able to really structure something that you can follow every single day, it's really going to help. So I love that. Christy, what would you say that kept you motivated as you were doing this before we saw success?
For me, it was definitely, I am also a very structured person. So just echoing what Melissa mentioned, having that structure and planning throughout the process really helped. But, in terms of other ways I was motivated for dropshipping, I would say really being a part of the right communities and gathering, the right inspiration along the process. So what that means is, so I'm a part of several dropshipping Facebook groups, and I find that they're always sharing a lot of success stories, and that really helped me gain confidence within the space as well, seeing that other people are, they're having their successful businesses in dropshipping, and that really helped increase that motivation to continue, testing our products, finding a winner, being successful in this space as well when we were first starting out. And then in terms of gathering inspiration, besides just being a part of those Facebook groups, just looking at some of the other big brands out there. And I know I mentioned quite a bit, in terms of BlendJet, and then there was also Silky since. There was also Happy Skin Co., and those are some two big brands out there, and they're making millions. And I often find looking at these big brands that are being successful and who've started out in dropshipping really, really helps create this sense of vision for myself and the team, and seeing that, these other people, they're succeeding, they started out in dropshipping, and now they're making millions. That really helped give us that motivation to try to accomplish the same as well when we were starting out.
Awesome. And what I would share, because I'm more the chaotic person, I'm okay getting into the whirlwind with the things, and sometimes I'm not as organized, or at least I tell myself I'm not as organized. I could be more organized and structured. But I would just say the one thing that motivated me when I was getting into this journey, because it was not an easy journey. Dropshipping is really not that easy. It can get easier the more money you make, sure, but there's also a lot more challenges that you encounter that you're constantly solving. But what I would say that really helped me stay motivated was really looking at the long-term vision. Not so much about doing the everyday transaction or just doing the everyday task, but kind of like telling myself why I'm doing this, like what is the bigger goal. It's almost like a vision board, right? You know how you've always, wanted certain things, you would just plaster it onto this piece of paper like a collage, and then you would just, work towards that, whether it's this property, whether it's this specific vehicle, whether it's this specific materialistic item, whether it's paying off a mortgage for your family, whatever the case may be, you have this vision board because it keeps you accountable. It kind of keeps you also motivated, because chances are you're probably not even remotely close to being able to achieve those things that you have on your vision board. But it's kind of like a reminder. It's like, look, I do want these things. I just have to work harder and work smarter. So for me, it was kind of like having that vision board mentally. I didn't actually have an actual piece of paper that I stuck things on, but kind of for me, it was more of what's the long-term goal? Where do I want to see this go in 5 years and 10 years? And then really being able to address that and identify that and go okay, you know what? This is exactly what I want 5 or 10 years from now, while investing all my time and energy to do this well. Because I know that if I do this well, it's not a matter of me having the effort. It's a matter of me staying motivated and also having the proper, tools and advices and methods in order to get there. But when things don't go my way, and things don't really go your way a lot, and it has certainly not gone our way as much as we want to, because obviously we would love to wake up one day, find a winning product, become a millionaire within a couple of days, but that's not true. So for me, it's kind of like keeping myself accountable for that 10-year and also telling myself purposefully and intentfully, okay, you know what? I'm doing this even though it's not easy right now. It's tough. But this is why I'm doing it. This is where I'm going for. This is what I want to kind of jump for. This is where I want to reach for. And I know with every waking day and every single moment and every single hour, as tough as it could be or as easy it could be, that's not what's important. It's not about living every day within the day results. It's about, being able to do better every single day towards that 10-year or that 5-year vision. So for me, it's pretty much mentally having that, horizon and that vision board that kept me accountable, because at the end of the day, it can be super demotivating to have 1 or 2 days you don't get exactly what you want, or you don't see the results, or you're just literally re-listening to the same advices, or you're not going anywhere and you can just give up. But if you have something like that futuristically in front of you and you know where you want to go, it's going to keep you accountable, because if you give up, you're never going to get remotely close to it. But if you get up another day to do something better, to improve on yourself, you'll inch closer towards that actual goal. So for me, it's kind of like identifying that vision, that future of why I'm doing this. Because if you don't know why you're doing this or where you're going, then it's just kind of like going into a jungle with no map or no compass and just walking around and hopefully you find something. But that doesn't make any sense. But actually having a map and knowing, you know what, I want to be able to kind of go from point A to point B. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there, but as long as I get there and make improvements in order to take the right steps to get there. So that would be for me. But with that being said, another thing I want to touch on as well, I want to get the ladies to kind of go over. But personally, what has really helped you emotionally to stay motivated? Not so structured, not so technical, but emotionally, what kind of kept you guys going?
So I'm a pretty positive person. So for me, I know that as long as I work at something long enough and put in the effort every single day to just be 1% better, it doesn't have to be huge leaps, but just being 1% better. So spending an hour, 2 hours a day working towards improving myself so I can hit the goal and where I want to be, I know for a fact I'll eventually get there. I might not get there in the next 6 months. I might not get there in the next year or two, but I will get there. So for me, it's having that mindset, knowing that I will be exactly where I want to be, no matter how long it takes, but just as I put enough effort every single day into it is what's really helped me, continuously put in the work even when there are bad days, but also setting the expectation. It's not like, okay, I am going to get there, like no matter what, in half a year. Okay, yes, I mean, having those goals is important because it's going to give you urgency to get to where you want to be faster, but also knowing that even if you don't get there in the half a year time frame, it's okay as long as you are improving and you're striving, moving along, then that's really what's going to continue to keep you motivated, because at the end of the half a year, I won't, have my motivation decrease all the way to zero because I didn't get where I wanted to, but it's framing it in the mindset, okay, I didn't get where I wanted to today. However, when I look back, even just half a year from today, I came so far along. Like I learned so much through these experiences, through these failures, that it's made me become the person who I am today. Then that's really what motivated me to continue to keep going.
And what would you say there, Christy, that kept you going emotionally?
Well, first, I completely agree with what Melissa said in terms of really having that powerful mindset and always trying to improve yourself. But for myself, I would say also take the time, every time you get up, take a few minutes to just sit down, close your eyes, do some meditation, think about what you want to accomplish for the day, think about your goals that you want to accomplish when it comes to dropshipping, and also really reflecting on your why. Again, we talked a bit about that before, and it's just so important to understand why you want to do this, why you want to become successful in dropshipping, or whatever, anything else you want to accomplish within your life. Really taking that time to just sit alone in your room and in a very relaxing space and to just reflect about your day or before you get started, and understanding, putting that mindset together as to what you want to accomplish for the day, for the week. And I think that really helped with, in terms of coming up with the motivation to go on about the day and trying to accomplish these goals.
That's awesome. And I'll kind of wrap up in saying, because we kind of went over exactly everything that we went through and how we kind of stay motivated. But what I want to say to you to kind of wrap things up here is that it's a matter of when and not a matter of if. So if you're not in the if mindset, as if I'll become successful, as opposed to the when mindset, is because when you are in the when mindset, you will work towards it. If you're the if mindset, you'll always doubt yourself. So just tell to yourself that it's a matter of when and not matter of if. But with that being said there, guys, I hope you got a lot out of this to really stay motivated as a dropshipper. And until next time, keep up the good work. Let's make some money as a dropshipper. Did you enjoy this episode?
If you did, which we believe you did, as we dropped a ton of value,
support us by giving us a 5-star rating.
That's 5 stars, not 3, not 4, but 5 stars.
Also, we'd love to hear from you, so please leave your comment below.
And we'll be sure to get back to you. Take care, and until next time.